On the topic of slashing, do we have any hope of this next administration coming in and being slash friendly?
Well, here's the problem. They're talking about slashing the administrative elements of federal government, which is fine. I'm all in favor of cuts. I don't care where they come from, right? But the fact of the matter is, about 60 or 70%, maybe even more than that. I'm going to have to take a more careful look at this, but just talking in round numbers, roughly 65 to 70% of all federal spending is transfer payments, Josh. All right, taking money from person A who earned it and giving it to person B or corporation B that didn't earn it, form of federal subsidies, grants. These loans, student loans are gigantic, of course. We're talking about all of the funding that goes on with Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. All of that funding is transfer payments. That's where the spending is coming from. And there's no question that the military spending is high, but that is a category of spending that's authorized by the United States Constitution. Obviously, right now, the interest on the national debt is becoming a huge problem as interest rates have gone up here in the last couple of years. No question about that. As the national debt has exploded to 33 or 34 trillion dollars, it's a huge problem. No doubt about that. But if you get rid of those two things, which you can't do, by the way, can't get rid of military spending, and you can't just eliminate the interest on the national debt. That's impossible. Now we got to focus on transfer payments, because if you don't, there's no other place to cut.
That begs the question, though. It's all transfer payments, meaning we're taking money from one place and putting it somewhere else. Most of the money is that, and we cut that out. What does that look like for the economy, and what does that look like for the national debt? Because, I mean, we're still spending all the money on defense, but then we're just not taking the money from somewhere. And when they take the money from somewhere, not every one of those pennies from that dollar is going to that next person. They're doing something with some of it.
Of course not, because it's all being laundered through the federal bureaucratic apparatus. There's no doubt about that. Of course, if you stop the transfer payment, taking money from person A, giving it to person B, if you stop that, you stop the money laundering process that goes on at the federal level.